Hi and welcome to template development number 3 in the radial line development series. Okay, now this one is a different shaped cone and there's a top and a bottom frustum on it. But like before, the easiest way to draw this thing is to just draw it as if it's a complete cone and put the frustrums on it. So from that we just go up to the polyline, bring that one down somewhere on screen, make sure your F9 key is on, and click for your first point. After that, we're going to have to enter, so we've got a 5-inch base, so it will be Shift 2 for the @ sign, 5, 0, and then enter. Then we've got a 2-inch top, giving us a 1.5-inch setback. So we've got a minus 1.5 by 6.5. So Shift 2, minus 1.5, 6.5. Enter. Next is a minus 2 across the top. So Shift 2 gives us the @ sign. Then it's a minus 2, 0. Enter. And then we can just see and close. That gives us the original shape. Now, like before, second example of the parallel line development, we're going to put the line, because it's a single line, off of this top right hand side and measuring around, it's 180 plus 30. So it's a 210-degree positive line. Now if that's 2 inches at the top, I'm going to make it 4 inches long to make sure it goes through the actual cone. So Shift 2 for the @ sign, then it's the length, so that will be 4, open angle, which is Shift, and then 210, and enter. Last but not least, we've got a circle to put on the bottom. So grab the circle command, come to that right hand corner, and then go down 2 inches. 1, 2, and pull it to the left hand side. Okay, so that gives us everything that we're going to need to do the actual development itself. The rest is pretty straightforward. So first things first, take a look at the cone. We're going to need to blow that. So we're just going to touch it and right click. Now they're all individual parts. We need to get the apex point on. So we're going to use again the fillet command without adjusting the radius on there, just to put that point on. Okay, now this time it's got a lot more detail on it. We've got a curved line which goes right the way around the object. We've got a straight line that goes right the way around. We're going to have top and bottom features on it. So we're going to make this one 24 parts. So without further ado, we're going to go down the bottom and grab a midpoint, pull it out to the outside edge, and then we can trim off the top as before. So from there, using the trim command, left click the bottom line and then click the top part of the circle to remove it. So as I said, 24 objects in the round, which will give us 12 for the half. So we're going to enter the word, after hit escape, and then enter the word divide. Divide the object, so we select the bottom circle. Number of objects, or number of segments, is 12. And now it's just a case of going back up to the polyline again, grabbing our node point, getting in close, and it looks like the F9 will interfere, so turn the F9 off, come down there until you hit a node point, and then place them on as we go around. So polyline again, node point again, should be somewhere around about there, yeah. And we'll place these ones on until we get to the bottom section. Okay, that's the last one on the bottom section. We can mirror these others. So just go up to the mirror command, select each of these lines, except for the middle one. We don't want to duplicate it. Right click, and then the mirror line will be down through this center one, and enter. Okay, now we have to take the lines from the baseline up to the apex. So left click on the bottom line and click towards the apex, then back down. Again, from the line to the apex, then back down. A single one. And another single one. This time to the center line. Again, we always try to look for the shortcut, so we're going to mirror these last ones. We can use anything really, even the bottom section, to put those other mirrored lines on. So from now, we're going to cut this into two colors. We're just going to have green on the top, like the drawing, and blue on the bottom. But the first thing of all is anything which is an angled line and not just a straight line across the cone is going to have to be developed to the side so that we can get a true length of that line. So take the green, grab a polyline, take the lowest one of those sections and place it over to the other corner. Another polyline to the other side, and so on all the way up this side. Sometimes some of these developments can get a little bit boring, although I'm sure when you see all of the circles that this one's going to produce, busy is an understatement for it. Okay, we're starting to close down now, which means the last two is going to be pretty close. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. And that's just about everything. Check all the way up the line. Alright, now we should be good to go. So we're going to draw circles from the apex down to each one of those, including the little white one at the top. Remember to use the trick. You just repeat the circle, click on an existing circle, and then pull it out to the other one. So right click, repeat circle, left click on the edge of the circle, and pull it down. It saves a little bit of time when you get used to doing it. And finally the last one, and we're there. Okay, that's the first section of the lines on. Now I'm just going to change the color to cyan, the light blue color, and put the lines across here. Remember, of course, we've got a bottom as well as a top white line on this one. There's no point in developing it across because it just pokes out the bottom there. So go right the way down, project them all the way across to the right hand side. Okay, and last couple to go. Just polyline, click on the intersection, click to the side. Remember, if you don't get a cross coming up, hit the F10 key, turn your polar tracking on. Right, now this gets very tight up here. I'm going to have to zoom into it. The last two are very close together. As you can see, very close together. Okay, so again, circles. Let's put the first circle on right the way up to the white mark, and then right click, repeat circle, select the circle and take it down each one in turn. Right click, repeat the circle, select a circle, then take it down one, and so on until we reach the bottom. Okay, and then we go on the base. So we're just going to put a line down from the apex to give ourselves a start line. I'm just going to move it out the way of this frustum cut. Change our line back to white. Draw a circle between one of the segments so that I can space this thing up on the outside, and then copy that small circle using its radius and divide up the outside profile. 6, that's 24. Now grabbing a line, so we're just going to get a polyline again from the top, come down to the base. The most productive way of doing it again is from the outside edge to the center of the circle, back to the outside edge. So right click, repeat polyline, outside edge, from the center of a circle, and then back to there. Okay, that's the whole pattern done. Now it's just a case of tracing around the lines. So we're going to use a red line to make it stand out, and then grab a polyline. So we're coming down, this bottom edge will be down here, and that one would start down here. So we're going to go from the bottom line to basically the bottom line on this one first. Now this one is a straight frustum cut on the top, so it'd be quite simple just to say all we've got to do is go on across one and up one until we hit the very top there. It just seems a little bit more complex than it actually is. It's quite a busy drawing. There's a lot of working out to do, but we just go up to the very top, and as soon as we do that, we start coming back down. See, a lot of development work is just about keeping your head about you, keeping your wits about you, and figuring out a way to actually develop the objects. That should be the top one there, which it is. So from there, we will go right the way down to the base. How do I know that without looking? Because we always start or finish where we started. Okay, so now we're going to go across. You can see I'm getting some different lines coming up there, so I'm just going to get in nice and tight. Nice and tight. So get this one right. There are two lines there. Just make sure I go right the way up to the outside one, and then back down and out. Yep, everything's good. That one out to there, and to there. Okay, and that is the completed pattern.